some water.
I thought of switching from data into training. I wanted to teach people because in my previous job, I teach my fellow colleagues Excel, and they all appreciate it because it improves their work of life every day. And I thought, since I have that skills, I want to go into training. So I went to take ACLP courses, and RSVP is a good platform for me to, develop my training. So I joined DAL to do assistant trainer. So I get to learn, and along the way during the classes, people ask questions, and I got to learn new things again. So I thought it's a very good process. You come and learn, you also learn something, and then you can share the learning. So that is very fulfilling for me.
After I retired, I rested for a couple of months. But doing volunteering work is actually one of the to-do lists. Inside one of my, it's one of the items in my to-do list before I retired. So I eventually decided that I need to start, and that's why I eventually got to know about RSVP Singapore, and then that's where I started the volunteering work. Doing volunteering work itself is pretty inherently satisfying. I always feel very happy after a class when the participants come forward and say that, oh, thank you very much, I've learned something new today, or you are very patient, you explain things very clearly. I am quite sure I'm a bit more confident now using the tech and stuff like that. So those are always the stuff that motivated me, and that happens almost every class. So it's a continuous kind of motivation that pushed me forward.
Most challenges so far is how to engage the seniors in Wisma Geylang Serai, because they have mobility issues. We have to really put our heads together to plan what are the things that is suitable for them. And later when we are into our sessions, we realize some they have problem with their hands also, and some they had stroke before, so they can't really move much. Not that they don't want to do, but they can't move much. So we have to learn how to let go those people who cannot do anything, but instead do something else with them or give them encouragements. Yeah.
I think the key area that I can remember is to be a bit more fluent in running the programs in Mandarin. Although I'm a English ed person, but to be able to do it properly for 3 hours in Mandarin is a bit of a challenge. But I guess after a number of sessions, I more or less got used to it. Obviously, I need to prepare, so I spend a lot of time preparing, checking out these words, what does it mean, especially the technical terms. Okay, so that is one. The other aspect would be to kind of understand what would be the best way to be able to explain technical concept to the seniors so that they are able to better understand. So that is something that I had learned quite a fair bit throughout this number of years of volunteering. Like I mentioned earlier on, volunteering is actually very much inherently satisfying, and you will definitely benefit from it. Especially, for example, even if you are, like my case, kind of explaining what IT is, it's not that I know everything. In fact, I need to learn a lot of things too. I need to keep up, I need to keep my mind active and stuff like that. So it helps myself to be mentally active. Obviously, I go out physically active and socially active too. So that is something that is very, very useful for me. And I think the key thing is that you need to take the first step to do it. Okay, and once you started, I'm quite sure you will like it, and then you will continue from there.
Anyone thinking to volunteer, I advise them to come and try. Some people, they think that before they try, they feel that, no, I can't do this, no, I can't do that. But It's only when you try, then you realize that there's other ways of doing things. Just like our seniors, they can't do certain exercises. We show them another way. You can do another ways, but also exercise. So there's different ways to get to a destination. So I urge them not to stop, but take that first move. If you don't take that first move, you'll never know. My hobby, I love to watch drama. And I love to eat, as well as I love to explore cooking. I like to cook for my family, but they are hardly all at home. I don't like to invest time when there's only one person to eat. So when the three of us are all at home, then I will invest time to make something nicer. Yeah, that's what I like.
I'm doing something very simple. Okay, I will jog. I will run around my areas. There's a little park next to my block. And the good thing about running at my park is that it's near. And then secondly, 70-80% is covered by shades. So I can run anytime I want to. So I would normally run 2 or 3 times a week at about 5 to 8 km, that sort of stuff. Slow nowadays, pace myself. And that's where I keep myself physically active. So the physical aspects and also, like I mentioned earlier on, the mental aspects. I felt I kind of like this kind of rhythm. Yeah.